All right, no fluff. Let's get straight into it. We're talking about something that sounds bare academic, but it's the secret sauce the big hedge funds are using to print money while everyone else gets wrecked. So it's called a regime-based allocation model. So Morgan, you're the certified CMT level 3 nerd here, fresh out the library. In plain English, what the hell is it?
Oi, less of the nerd, more of the expert, all right? Look, it's simple, really. A regime is just the market's personality at a given time.
Right.
Is it in a good mood, a bad mood, or just plain unpredictable? A regime model is, well, it's your sat-nav for the markets.
Okay.
It tells you whether you're heading into a traffic jam or onto an open motorway, so you can adjust your driving.
So it's more than just closing your eyes and flooring it with a buy-the-dip mentality. I'm shocked.
Mate, buy the dip was a death sentence in '08 and a quick way to get liquidated last year. This is about knowing which dips are worth buying. The most basic version, your little learner plate model, is the 200-day moving average on an index like the S&P.
Yeah.
Prices above it, you're in a bull regime. Go risk on. Price drops below, that's your signal. You're in a bear regime. Time to get defensive. It's a simple filter.
Okay, a moving average. I get that. Even us crypto degenerates can draw a line. But it's the stuff you're into, the proper CMT quant level gear, is way beyond that, innit?
Miles beyond, bruv. The big dogs, the quants at funds like Two Sigma or Man Group, they're not just looking at price.
Okay.
They are feeding a machine learning model, something called a Gaussian mixture model, or GMM, an absolute feast of data. We're talking inflation prints, unemployment numbers, bond yields, volatility indexes, like, 17 different economic factors.
A GMM sounds like some dodgy crypto coin that's about to rug pull. Get your Gaussian now, mooning soon.
No, nothing like that. It's a proper clever algorithm. You just chuck all this data at the machine and it finds the hidden patterns itself.
Right.
It's what they call unsupervised learning. So it groups the data and says, right, all these months in history had high inflation and stagnant growth. Let's call that the inflation regime. Then it might find another cluster and call it crisis or steady growth, or my favorite, one they called walking on ice.
Walking on ice. I like that. That's got a proper ring to it. That's the feeling every crypto trader gets 2 minutes before a market-wide liquidation cascade. So the machine just figures all this out on its own, no human bias.
That's the beauty of it. It's data-driven, not some geezer on TV drawing crayon lines on a chart saying, I have a feeling the market's turning.
Right.
That's madness. And the best part is the model gives you probabilities. It won't just say, we're in a crisis.
Yeah.
It'll say, there's a 70% probability, we're in a steady state, but a 30% probability we're transitioning into walking on ice. That lets you de-risk intelligently, not just panic sell everything all at once.
Right, so it's a game changer. Why is this so much better than just holding on for dear life? Diamond handing is the way, no?
Is it? Ask the people who diamond-handed from the top in 2021. This is better because holding on gets you absolutely smashed in a real bear market. One of the research papers we dug into showed a regime model that, well, not only beat the benchmark, but cut the maximum drawdown by 47%.
Wow.
Think about that. You sidestep nearly half the pain of a crash. That's the holy grail, capital preservation. It's all about boosting your risk-adjusted returns, your Sharpe ratio. This stuff sends your Sharpe to the moon.
Okay, protecting your downside to that degree is massive. I mean, in crypto, a 50% drawdown is just a standard Tuesday, but if you could systematically avoid the worst of it, you'd be laughing.
That is the entire point. It forces you to be disciplined. The model says risk off, so you obey. No emotion, no FOMO, no, oh, it'll come back.
Yeah.
One of the experts we read, a guy called Jerry Michaelis, he put it perfectly. He said you have to use forward-looking assumptions. You can't just take a 50-year average return, a number that mixes up the 70s inflation, the 90s dot-com bubble, and the 2008 crash and think it'll tell you what to do tomorrow.
Right.
That's madness.
So you're actually comparing apples with apples. If we're heading into a high inflation period, you look at how assets performed in the 70s, not how they did in the low inflation tech boom of the 2010s. That makes sense.
Exactly.
So let's turn the tables. How would this apply to the absolute wild west of crypto? Your regimes seem to last about 3 hours and are usually driven by a tweet from Elon Musk.
True is faster, but the principle is identical.
Okay. We have very clear regimes.
Yeah.
There's Bitcoin dominance season, where BTC just sucks all the oxygen out of the room and every altcoin bleeds. There's altcoin season, where every JPEG of a bored monkey is 100x and you can't lose. And then there's nuclear winter, where everything dies and you question all your life choices.
So you lot are already thinking in regimes, you're just not calling it that.
We're using a more degen version of a multi-factor model. I'm looking at Ethereum's gas fees, open interest on derivatives, whether Bitcoin dominance is breaking out, and if some VC has changed their Twitter profile picture to a laser-eyed cat.
Right.
It's the same concept, just with different, more degen, ridiculous inputs.
See, you're a secret quant, Chris, a degen quant. But the serious point for everyone listening is that this is applicable to you right now.
Yeah.
You don't need a PhD in maths. Just have a simple rule, a line in the sand. I will not hold leveraged long positions if Bitcoin is below its 20-week moving average.
Yeah.
Or I will reduce my stock exposure if the VIX crosses over 30. That one simple rule is a basic regime model, and it would have saved people a fortune.
That's a solid gold takeaway. Stop gambling on gut feelings and vibes and build a process. It's the only thing that separates the pros from the plebs who end up as exit liquidity. The big takeaway is this: figure out what the market weather is and dress appropriately. Don't wear shorts in a blizzard and don't take an umbrella to the beach.
Couldn't have said it better. The model is your weather report. You just have to learn how to read it.
Right, listen up, you lot. If you want to get deeper into this stuff or just come and have a laugh at Morgan and his beautiful charts, you need to be in our chat group. The link's down below. And if you're signing up to a new exchange, do us a solid and use our CEX ref link to say thanks. It keeps the lights on. Hop in, have a laugh with us. The banter is genuinely top tier.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. What's the one simple rule you could implement in your own trading tomorrow to define a risk-on versus a risk-off regime for yourself? It could be anything: a moving average, a VIX level, a news headline. Think about it, write it down, and stick to it.